I have been living in Portugal for 8.5 months. That's almost a human pregnancy. And this has been one of the greatest experiences of my life, if not the greatest. But today I'm here to tell you that my time in Portugal could be coming to an end. My name is Howie. This is Positively Portugal. Let's get into it. Yeah, Positively Portugal. Well, I'm not so positive about things anymore. This is not one of those videos where foreigner moves to Portugal, finds things he doesn't like, decides, hey, this isn't for me, and just going to go back home. No, that's not what this video is. Portugal is still exactly where I want to be, but I have some problems here. First and foremost, AIMA is late in answering my request for a 2-year residence permit. I almost said visa, it's a permit. Now, they're only about 10 days late, but they're still late. I have read horror stories where AIMA can be months late, even years late. Now, I'm allowed to live in Portugal for as long as it takes for AIMA to give me a yes or no answer. But there are certain factors that come to play. My apartment lease runs through October 31st. And you got to give 30 days notice if you're staying or leaving. So realistically, I got to tell my landlord by October 1st what my intentions are. And as much as I'm allowed to stay in Portugal while AIMA is doing whatever it is they're doing, I don't want to sign another lease if I cannot commit to it. What I don't want to have happen is I sign a new lease that starts on November 1st, and then say November 2nd, I get a no answer from AIMA, and it's like, no, you can't stay in Portugal anymore. You don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. And then I would have to break the lease, which, I would. I'm not going to give a second thought about doing that because I'm not going to pay to live somewhere where I'm not allowed to be. But there's still a part of me that wants to do the right thing. There's still a part of me that wants to live ethically. I don't want to commit to something that I might not be able to commit to. But even if I wasn't feeling that way, even if I didn't care about doing the right thing or not doing the right thing, the bigger issue that I have is my European or international bank, I'm not even sure where they're based out of, Revolut, is going to kick me off by the end of December if there's no residence permit. And who's to say there is going to be a residence permit? I can't guarantee that. My landlord has made it clear to me that he does not want payments coming from my American bank account, so Revolut really is the only answer for me. For people who've been watching my channel, you know that I came to Portugal with a Novo Banco account. And Novo Banco, as most people know, is not a real bank. It's a scam. It's designed to steal money from people. So I'm not going to reopen my Novo Banco account. I would actually rather leave Portugal than to ever set foot inside another Novo Banco branch. It's simply not going to happen. I am a man of principle, and this is a line that I'm not crossing. So, yeah, this is where things stand with me. I'm allowed to stay in Portugal, but without this 2-year residence permit, I really don't want to. The funny thing about this is when I came here, it was on the D8 digital nomad visa. I landed in Portugal on November 30th, and the visa was good until March 30th. I have now lived in Portugal for a longer period of time with a visa that expired than the amount of time I spent here with a visa that is valid. And yet that is perfectly legal because, again, you're allowed to stay in Portugal while AIMA processes your residence permit application. Now, if I have to leave Portugal, am I going to be upset about it? Am I going to be angry? Yeah, you're damn right I'm going to be angry. It sucks. I don't want to go back to the United States. I don't want to go to any other country. I gave up my home in Florida. I gave up my life in Florida to come here. And I'm glad I did. I like it here. I love it here. This is exactly where I want to be. But sometimes bad things happen. Sometimes you become a victim. Now, I'm not a victim of any one person. I'm not a victim of AIMA. I'm not a victim of the Portuguese government. I'm a victim of circumstance. Sometimes bad things happen and it's nobody's fault. So I'm not going to be one of these people who file a lawsuit. I think that's primarily going on in Lisbon. They're suing AIMA or they're suing the Portuguese government. No, that's not me. I knew there would be a possibility of a delay in getting my residence permit. And maybe in the back of my head, I knew that there would be a probability. Maybe I just didn't want to admit that to myself. But there was nobody forcing me to move to Portugal. I did this on my own volition, and I'm glad I did it. And I don't have any regrets whatsoever. So if I have to go back to the United States, or even if I don't have to go back to the United States, but I feel like I have to, then it is what it is. You always read or see these stories about people who say, well, I bet on myself and I won. Well, guess what? Sometimes you don't win. It's interesting that those are never the stories you read about or see videos of. But again, I'm not a victim. And if I have to leave or if I feel I have to leave, then that's what I'll do. And maybe it'll only be a temporary stay in the United States before I feel like I'm okay to come back to Portugal. But yeah, I really wish that AIMA had it together. That being said, again, there's no bitterness, there's no anger, there's no rage, there's not going to be any lawsuit filed. But just wanted to update you on things here. If I end up going back to the United States, whether it's temporary or permanent, I'm not going to be shutting down this channel. There's still a lot of Portuguese stuff for me to talk about. And even if I run out of Portuguese stuff to talk about, I can always kind of change the format of this channel or the topics of this channel around. So if you want more videos about Portugal, about moving here, the process of getting here, Portuguese football, anything Portugal related, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. These are the best things you can do to help a content creator on YouTube. I want to thank you all for watching, and we'll be back in a few days. We have the Vitoria home opener on Saturday. Força Vitoria!